All right, today's class we are looking at addition and subtraction of polynomials. Okay, so let's start with addition. So whenever we add polynomials, notice there are brackets here. So when we add polynomials, we are going to remove the brackets first by multiplying. It depends on if there's a number here in the front or not. Then we're going to group the terms together and collect like terms. All right. Finally, then it says we're going to add or sometimes subtract the numerical coefficients of the like terms. We keep the literal coefficients the same. So notice here our question is 4x squared plus 7x plus 8 plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 4. So what the first step is to look at what is in front of the brackets. There's nothing in front of the brackets that you can assume then there's a 1. Here, again, in front of the brackets, it's just a plus sign. You could assume it's a plus 1. All right, and that's important because eventually we'll start looking at numbers here in the front, and that number in front of a bracket means you have to multiply that number to everything inside the bracket. All right, but in this case, it is just 1, so all we're going to do is open up the brackets. So we just end up with 4x squared plus 7x plus 8 plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 4. All right, all I've done is open up the bracket because all there was a 1 in front of the bracket. All right, positive 1 here and a positive 1 here. So multiplying everything by a 1 doesn't change anything. All right, now the next step is to collect like terms. All right, so again, I like to underline the like terms. So we have 4x squared plus 3x squared. And then we have 7x and negative 6x. And then our constants, I'll just use squiggly to show those two. We have a positive 8 and a negative 4. All right, so just to show that step of collection, I'm going to show that right here. So I have 4x squared plus 3x squared. And then I have plus the 7x minus 6x. And then I have plus 8 minus 4. All right, so I've just shown how I'm going to be collecting all of those like terms. All right, so now 4x squared plus 3x squared, that becomes 7x squared. Plus we have 7x minus 6x, which is 1x or just x. And then we have 8 minus 4, so plus 4. All right, so we end up with this here in simplified form. So 7x squared plus x plus 4, and it's already written in descending order. All right, so again, here we're adding polynomials. So firstly, look at what's in front of the bracket here. Assume there's a 1 here, we have a plus, and you can assume there's a plus 1 here and a 1 there. All right, so in this case, because it's positive 1, everything is just going to remain the same. So we're just going to open up the brackets. So we have negative 6x plus 2 plus 3x minus 5. So next we can collect like terms. So negative 6x and 3x can be collected together. And then we have the positive 2 and the negative 5 that can be collected together. All right, so negative 6x plus 3x, that gives me negative 3x. And then 2 minus 5 gives me minus 3. All right, so negative 3x minus 3 for that one. All right, let's look at this example here. So again, start by looking at what's in front of the brackets. So we can assume there's a 1 in front of this bracket. It's a positive 1 in front of the bracket, positive 1 in front of that bracket. So all we need to do here is just open up the brackets. So we have 7x minus 4 plus 3x plus 2 plus 8x minus 5. All right, just open up the brackets. Everything has stayed the same. Okay, now we would collect like terms. So we have 7x, 3x, and 8x will be collected together. And then we have -4, +2, and -5 being collected together. All right, so let's start with 7x plus 3x plus 8x. That will give me 18x, just added together. And then I have -4 plus 2, which is -2, and then -2 minus 5, which gives me -7. So we have 18x minus 7. So next we will look at subtraction. So whenever we subtract polynomials, we're going to write the additive inverse of the subtrahend. It's the one being subtracted or the one behind the minus sign. Then you're going to group like terms together, and then we're going to add or subtract the numerical coefficients. We keep the literal coefficients the same. So notice here, our question is 8x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x, and we have a minus 14x cubed minus 6x squared plus 8x. So we still assume there's a 1 here, which is shown here in front of the first bracket. Here, this negative or this minus, it's a -1. All right. So when it says we're going to write the additive inverse of the subtrahend here, it's pretty much the same as taking this -1 and multiplying everything inside the bracket. So all the signs are going to change. So let's rewrite this out. The first bracket stays the same, so we're just going to open that up. So 8x cubed minus 5x squared plus 3x. So first bracket has stayed the same. Second bracket, because it's being multiplied by -1, all the signs are going to change inside. So this becomes a -14x cubed, and then this becomes plus 7x squared, and this becomes minus 8x. All right, so next we're going to collect like terms. So we have 8x cubed and -14x cubed. And then we have -5x squared and positive 7x squared. And then we would collect the 3x and the -8x. All right, so I'm just going to show that as a step here. So we have 8x cubed minus 14x cubed plus the -5x squared plus 7x squared, and then we have plus 3x minus 8x. All right, so I've just shown it as a step here. Now let's go ahead and simplify further. So 8 minus 14, that gives me -6x cubed. All right, plus we have -5 plus 7, so that gives me plus 2x squared. And then 3x minus 8x, which is minus 5x. All right, so the first example here, we have 7x minus 4 and then minus 3x plus 5. All right, so the first bracket remains the same because we assume it's just a 1 in front of it. So the first bracket just opens up as 7x minus 4. All right, this minus here, think of it as a -1, and that's going to multiply everything inside that bracket, which is going to change the signs of everything inside the bracket. So the positive 3x, that becomes minus 3x, and the positive 5 becomes minus 5. All right, so now we would collect the like terms, so 7x and -3x, and then we have the -4 and the -5 that can collect together. I'll just write that out. as the next step. So 7x minus 3x, and then we have plus negative 4 minus 5. All right, so that gives me here 7x minus 3x, that is 4x, and then negative 4 minus 5, which is minus 9. All right, so the answer is 4x minus 9. All right, so next one here we have 3x minus 2, so just assume a positive 1 in front of the bracket. So that bracket just opens up as 3x minus 2. Next we have a negative in front of the second bracket, so that is a negative 1. It's going to change the sign of everything inside that second bracket, so it becomes minus 5x plus 3. All right, same thing for the third bracket. There is a minus in front of that third bracket, so like a minus 1. It's going to change everything inside that third bracket, so it's going to become minus 8x plus 2. All right, now we would go ahead and collect like terms. All right, so we have 3x minus 5x minus 8x, which would be collected together. And then we have the negative 2, positive 3, and the positive 2 being collected together. All right, so I will just show that as a step here. So 3x minus 5x minus 8x, and then plus negative 2 plus 3 plus 2. Okay, so finishing this off, we have 13x minus 5x minus 8x, which gives me negative 10x, and then negative 2 plus 3 plus 2, which is positive 3. So the answer is negative 10x plus 3.